integration service.
This URL is local host. That's no?
Yeah, it will different. It will vary for based
Okay.
on projects.
Okay.
Okay, in our for this class it will valid as a local host, but see after adding local host is pointing to desktop something.
Yes.
Okay,
Some.
in real time you have to mention exact server name.
Okay.
Okay, and exact server name colon signature get connect.
Okay.
Okay, today we'll discuss about Informatica integration service. We have created uh, uh, a repository service, right? Repository service is parent for integration service, and integration service is failed. Sorry, integration service is child object for repository. Without integration service, we cannot. Sorry, without repository service, we cannot create integration service. Without repository service, we cannot create integration service. Okay, why? Because repository service is parent and integration service is child. Okay, yesterday we finished about this, all this one also fine. Today we are going to discuss about this integration service. What integration service will do? It is mainly loads the data from source to target. Before loading the data, will give some inputs to integration service from this workflow manager, and as per the inputs, it will go to the source system correctly using addresses like host name to exact source system. It will collect the data, and again it will comes here. It will validate the mapping logic which we have specified, like location wise. There are many logics, right? It validate that, and it will load. If you have 100 records in source, 100 records will apply to the output will be we don't know how many records will get output, right? Output records will be loaded into target system. Okay, to transport the data from source to target, we can simply call it as data container. Okay, we'll say one bus. We'll give some inputs to one bus. It should carry some humans from Bangalore to Madanipalli. That is the work of that bus. Okay, so we can call that service as transport service. Okay, in this case, we'll call this service as integration service. Without repository service, we cannot create integration service. With one repository service, we can create n number of integration services. Okay, it's possible. But with one repository database, we can create only one repository service. We cannot create multiple repository services on one repository database. Okay, it's not possible. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll create one integration service here. Okay, before going to create integration service, we'll discuss about operating system. Sorry, not operating system. We'll discuss about operating mode of repository service. One is exclusive. Exclusive means it will get locked to the repository. If we send any kind of request, it will ignore. It will not allow to repository service. Means will log the room, will not get anything from the room. Okay. If you want to get something into the room, you should change the operating mode to normal. Okay. If same way, if you want to get something in room, you should open that log. Okay. So now we'll change that operating mode as from normal exclusive to normal. Okay. If you click on it, it will ask for restart. Or click on OK, it will get restart. Now see, we'll be able to see operating mode as normal. If we create integration service, the integration service will send one request in repository service. So now it is in normal mode, right? So it will accept that request and it will allow. Okay. So the integration service will get success. Okay. If it is in exclusive mode, it will not accept integration service request and it will get rejected. It will reject the integration service process and the integration service will be in disable mode. It will throw some error. Okay. So now we'll discuss about different type of integration service. There is only one integration service. Okay, one type of integration service. We can create that integration service after login to admin console page. Go to actions here. Here new. Here you will be see Power Center integration service. You want to click on it and give some name. is_dev, and by default it will take domain. And we need to provide license, and we need to specify node as well, which node it should run. If you have multiple nodes, you should do drop down. It will list all the nodes available under your domain. Okay, you have to specify on which node you have to run. Okay, select that. Okay, click on it. Okay, now it's asking his parent. Who is my parent? It's asking. Okay, we have to give one parent information for integration service. If you have multiple repository services in under domain, it will list all. You have to give one parent for the integration service. As of now, we have only one repository service. We are giving that information. Okay, and username it's asking. Here, username should be our super user administrator. Okay, administrator will run the integration service. So we need to give administrator username password here, and password will be admin. Okay, now we'll see data movement modes. What is this data movement mode? I'll explain. We have two types of data movement modes: ASCII Unicode. Okay, for example, we have 100 records of source. If you run our integration service in ASCII mode, it will take 1 byte memory for reading the data. Means from for this place, for reading the data from this place, 1 byte it will take. Okay, and writing the data, for writing data, it will take again 1 byte. Okay, it means from our server RAM, it will need 1 byte RAM. For example, if you have n number of records, if it is trying to load at the same time, maybe there is an impact on our server. Why? Because if we are trying to load 1 crore record, means for 1 crore records, at least it will take some MBs or GBs of RAM. So probably it will impact our server RAM utilization. Okay, and the speed we are defining here, the data speed we are defining from source to target. We are defining at what speed it should read the data and at what speed it will write the data. We are giving 1 byte with ASCII data movement mode, and we have unique code. If you want to read,
Sir, sorry, one doubt, sir.
yeah, tell me, sir.
Sir, this ASCII will use 1 byte for 1 record, or how it is, sir?
1 record,
For 1 record, it will use 1 byte.
1 byte.
If it is 1 lakh records, it will use
It
1
will
lakh.
use more.
Okay.
Okay, that's why in real-time servers, they'll keep almost 160 GB, 240 GB like that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. 1 second, please. I'm getting one more call, please. Data movement mode as Unicode, it will take 2 bytes memory. 2 bytes memory for reading the data and 2 bytes memory for loading the data. Okay, so here for reading it will take 2 bytes. Okay, again it will take 2 bytes for loading. Okay, so just assume which one is speed, which one will load the data speedily. Sorry, we have Unicode and ASCII. Which one will load the data speedily? Unicode will load the data bit fast because it's taking 2 bytes, means it will be
Double
very
speed.
fast.
Yeah.
Okay, but the bad thing is our RAM will go up. 2 bytes it's taking for 1 record, means if you are it is reading 100, if it is reading 1 crore records, means it should eat more RAM. Okay, so again one more risk is there with Unicode. For non-ASCII characters, non-ASCII characters means special languages, Chinese, Japanese. If you want to use Telugu characters, it will take 1 more byte extra. 2 plus 1, sorry, 2 plus 1 bytes. Got it? Normally it will take 2 bytes for reading and writing. If you are using special characters, it will take 3 bytes of memory. Clear? So it will damage our RAM, server RAM. Okay, but anyway, they will use Unicode only in real time. They will maintain more RAM and they will use Unicode to speed up their data process. Okay, this is about this data movement modes. Clear, right? Okay. If you click on finish, the integration service will get create here. Now it's in disable mode. We need to enable here. See, this is recycle. It is enable. Okay, this is how we'll create integration service. Okay, so these are the two major things we need for uh, uh, our project, repository service and integration service. So we are ready to load the data from source to target using integration and repository service. Okay, now I'll explain about these tools, 4 tools. Okay, how we'll get to these 4 tools? The 4 called as client. See, client tools will call this will call these 4 tools as client tools. So we need to set up that we need to install that 4 tools from our server. But the difference is you can use you can install you can install a server in any platform, like Linux platform it will support, in Windows platform also it will support, but client must be in Windows. We cannot use client tool in Linux or other operating systems. Okay, why? Because it should be graphical interface, not command interface. Okay, server will support for command interface and as well as graphical interface, but our client will support for only graphical interface. Okay, now I'm going to install client. Which version of Informatica we install today? If you want to know about Informatica version, you have to go to here, help, search about Informatica administrator. Here you will be able to see 10.1.1 we installed. So it is easy to install. And same way, if you are using 10.1.1 as a server, you should install only 10.1.1 client. Okay, if you use 10.2 as your client or 9.6 as your client, it will not allow us to configure our repository service. Okay, same version of client we need to install. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll install our client. Okay, 10. One second, please. I'm in confusion. I think this is the one only. We need to go to client, install. Same thing. This installation also will take some time. Hope we'll finish this installation by end of the class. There is nothing. There is no other steps to take care during this installation. Just click on next, next, next. That's it. Finish. We don't give any manual inputs here. Click next, next, next. Finish. It's very easy. If you see here, as of now, we have only Informatica 10.1 server information. If we install this client, you will be able to see client information also. We are giving install. Okay, install. We need to select all. Power Center client, Informatica developer tool. Okay, click next. It is asking installation directory. Click next. Install. That's it. Okay. Let's wait for some time, please.